Good morning, students. Class 9 Social Studies. Once again, today I have taken up the geography section in which we are going to start chapter 3, naming drainage. The term drainage describes the river system of an area. Drainage means the process of draining. Look at the physical map, you will notice that small streams flowing from different directions come together to form the main river, which ultimately drains into a large water body such as a lake or a sea or an ocean. Now, the area drained by a single river system is called a drainage basin. A closer observation on a map will indicate that any elevated area, now elevated area you can see a kind of this which is uplifted, such as a mountain or an upland, separates two drainage basins. Such an upland is known as a water divide. Have a look. This is termed as water divide. Now, moving on to the drainage system in India. The drainage systems of India are mainly controlled by the broad relief features of the subcontinent. Now, relief features mean the physical features about which we have read in our previous chapter. Accordingly, the Indian rivers are divided into two major groups, the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. Now, Himalayan rivers, as we know, they originate from Himalayas, and the peninsular rivers are originating from the peninsular plateau. Now, the word peninsula, as you all know, is a piece of land which is almost surrounded by water projecting out into the water body. Now, apart from originating from the two major physiographic regions of India, the Himalayan and the peninsular rivers are different from each other in many ways. Most of the Himalayan rivers are perennial. The word perennial means that they have water throughout the year. These rivers receive water from rain as well as from melted snow from the lofty mountains. The two major Himalayan rivers, the Indus and the Brahmaputra, originate from the north of the mountain ranges. They have cut through mountains, making gorges. Gorges, as I have told you before, also, these are like narrow valleys which have deep, steep walls. The Himalayan rivers have long courses from their source to the sea. Here is a pic of a gorge. You can have a look, shared in the book. It is a narrow valley with steep walls on either sides. They perform intensive erosional activity. Erosional, as you know, it keeps on eroding. Now, what is the erosional activity? Let's see. In their upper course, now this is the upper course of the river. You can see shown here. Now here they carry huge loads of silt and sand is being carried. Now in the middle course, you can see this is the middle one. In the middle and the lower courses, this one, you can see these rivers form meanders. Meanders are these kind of features being formed. You can see a deep curve is there. Oxbow lakes are such which separates from the mainstream flowing this way. It gets separated. These rivers form meanders, oxbow lakes, and many other depositional features in their floodplains. They also have well developed deltas. You can see at the end here it is shown these are the deltas. So these are some features made by the rivers in their three courses, that is upper, middle and the lower course. Now, a large number of peninsular rivers are seasonal as their flow is dependent on rainfall. During the dry season, even the large rivers have reduced flow of water in their channels. The peninsular rivers have shorter and shallower courses. Shallow means not much deep as compared to their Himalayan counterpart. That means here is a comparison between the peninsular and the Himalayan rivers. However, some of them originate in the central highlands and flow towards the west. Now it's talking about only some of them, not all. So some of them which are originating from the in the central highlands are flowing towards the west direction. Can you identify two such large rivers? Now from the map we can get the name of the rivers. Most of the rivers of peninsular India originate in the Western Ghats and flow towards the Bay of Bengal. Now, as you can see in the map, page number 19, here we have the Western Ghats and this is the Bay of Bengal, where the water originating from the Western Ghats is draining. Now, talking about the Himalayan rivers, the major Himalayan rivers are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. These rivers are long and are joined by many large and important tributaries. A river along with the tributaries may be called a river system. Now let's read about the first system, that is the Indus River system. The river Indus rises in Tibet near Lake Mansarovar. Flowing west, it enters India in the Ladakh district of Jammu and Kashmir. It forms a picturesque gorge in this part. Now, picturesque means which is visually attractive. Several tributaries naming the Zaskar, the Nabra, the Shok, and Hunza join it in the Kashmir region. The Indus flows through Baltistan and Gilgit and emerges from the mountains at Attock. अटोक इज़ अ सिटी ऑफ पाकिस्तान, यानी जो रिवर्स हैं इंदस जो हैं वो फ्लो हो रही हैं थ्रू बल्तिस्तान एंड गिलगिट और ये इमर्ज हो रही हैं जो माउंटेन्स हैं अटोक रीजन में. द सतलज, द बीस, द रवि, द चेनब एंड द झेलम जॉइन टुगेदर टू एंटर द इंदस नियर मिठान कोट इन पाकिस्तान. You can see here the rivers, okay, how they are moving, originated from the Pakistan region. Now, beyond this, the Indus flows southwards, eventually reaching the Arabian Sea, which is in the location east of Karachi. The Indus plain has a very gentle slope with a total length of 2900 km, that is 2900 km. The Indus is one of the longest rivers of the world. A little over a third of the Indus basin, or we can say one third, is located in India in the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab, and rest is in Pakistan. So this is the first system, river system of Himalayan rivers we have read. We'll end up here today, and I would like you people to complete this map pointing about the major rivers and lakes of India. Take an outline map of India and mark it as it is done in the book. Do it neatly and properly. You will only use a pencil to mark anything or write anything in the map. So this is your task for today. Complete the map work and show me in our WhatsApp group, and read the content which we have read till now. If you have any queries, let me know in the feedback in our WhatsApp group. Till then, thank you class.